Tyler asked me to give you a very short talk, in 5 minutes, just about some of the powers that are opposed to us. Mark was talking about some of the heroes of the American Revolution, the principle they were, and how they were totally willing to sacrifice everything for their principle. On the other hand, we have people, nowadays, the Southern Poverty Law Center has been going after the National Observer and everybody associated with it. There's a guy named Farnham O'Reilly. He's probably wrote about 20-some articles for the National Observer. Suddenly got a phone call from Heidi Byron. This is the guy who's probably worth $15–20 million, lives up in Idaho. Big on this Northwest homeland stuff and everything. He calls me up, and you could just hear the fear in his voice. He was terrified. He was like peeing his pants. And that's the kind of thing that we have now, just the absolute fear. I really do believe that our message, if we could get our message out, I think we would very rapidly change people's minds about all these issues. The average person has no idea, about white nationalism, why it makes sense, why it's totally exactly what other groups are doing. But if we could just get that message out there, the fact is, of course, that this message is policed, very strongly policed. And actually, when Tyler mentioned this, there hadn't been much going on with me, but as far as harassment by the Southern Poverty Law Center and so on. But just recently, last couple of weeks, Heidi Byers going at it again, sending emails to the department head and other people at my university, trying to get me fired again, and writing this big article in the Southern Poverty Law Center thing. The thing is, I had tenure, so I can't even say I'm a very brave guy. But the fact is, they can't get me. But what you have to do, what happened then was I replied on the faculty email list, because I don't like to let these things just go and the faculty, think badly of me or something like that. So one thing to do is, of course, is point to factual inaccuracy. But the other thing is to make fun of them, to satirize them. In the case of Heidi Byrick, she weighs like 300 pounds. It's not too hard to make fun of her in a lot of ways. You can go after her. But the other thing is to turn the sword on them as far as this moral culpability. They're always, making us out to be evil. And in fact, I think that's one of the big things we have to overcome. If you talk to the average person, they think that any identification as a white person, the idea that white people have interests and so on is first and foremost evil. And that's the kind of thing we have to turn around on them. And in this case, simply saying that anyone who would try to get someone fired for something he believes in is just plain evil. I mean, that's just awful. And it's interesting, the faculty did not respond to what I was saying. In other words, they couldn't respond to this moral accusation about what these people are up to. So I think it's very important. I think white people have to have a feeling that we're doing the right thing. It's a very long history going way back in American history. Think about the Civil War, think about World War II, all of our wars, but they're always phrased in moral terms. We want to be on the right side of things. And that's what's being used against us. So everything that we stand for has been tainted as evil. And that's what we really have to do, is correct that. And I think that's the kind of thing that goes a long way, where those people just, realize that, that there's a very different kind of morality going on here. Someone that would try to get rid of, fire or something like that, and to really realize that if we identify as white, the idea that white people have interests and that it's moral that we do so is a critical thing. That we should feel good about that. We should feel that we're taking the moral high ground, and that I think that is a very crucial message that we have to have. As far as the American Freedom Party, I think that, again, if we could get our message out, it's very important, and I think that it's really a matter of money and of having more members, of course. But if we could get our message into the mainstream media, into a wider audience, the internet's great, but we're sort of ghettoized. I think things would change very rapidly. People were talking before how rapidly things changed in the Soviet Union, how rapidly things changed in Yugoslavia. Things can turn around very rapidly. Well, our message is powerful, and if we just get it out there, I think people whose eyes glaze over now or who think that we're evil and so on would change very rapidly. So I am optimistic about that. I think one of the key things that the media does now, and really the media is, of course, part of this hostile elite that runs the country, is not in our interest. They actually hate us. They hate us as a people. They hate our culture. They hate everything about Christianity. These people, what they do is repetitive, all the time, repetitive. Every event is used to sort of fuel this. The Trayvon Martin thing is an object lesson, and pouring this in black guys getting killed by some crazed white person, which is completely false. But anyway, it's repeated over and over and over again. That's what, if we had access to the media, we would be able to do. Things would turn around very rapidly. So that's what I think we have to hope for. Thank you.